Let's talk about the real reason you're not delegating right now and why you've never been able to be away from your business for more than 48 hours. Picture this. When you try and go on holidays, you've got the anxiety that comes up when you've got a long flight. When you pick a camping spot, you pick one that has reception so you know that you're going to be there just in case. You even take your laptop with you when you're traveling just in case something goes wrong with the business. If you know what I'm talking about, listen up, because I want to help you get to the root of what's going on with your delegation. Now, you've been told that you need to do it, but you don't. And quite often when there's something that you really should be putting on someone else's plate so that you can grow and scale a more successful business, you end up just doing it yourself because it's easier to do than actually the process of delegation. Now, what's missing with this process? Well, that's because most people are trying to start at the beginning rather than building a system that is going to make delegation easy. And the hidden secret of effective delegation is actually centralizing business information. Now, if you're already using cloud tools like Google Workspace, you've probably got access to Google Drive, and then you've got all of your documents stored in the cloud. And you would know that that's a great way of everyone accessing information in your business. But that doesn't really store the story of your customer. Most of our customer interactions and our customer relationships are actually stored up here inside our head, or they're stored in the head of our staff. Now, all of the special conditions, arrangements, the little intricate and unique parts of each relationship that you have with each one of your customers is therefore stored up here and not documented anywhere. And so that makes it near impossible to actually pass something on to someone else. Because they're not documented, when you're trying to hand off a task or hand off a responsibility of a project or a particular customer to someone else inside your business, you just can't do that because there's too much of the richness of the customer story saved up here and not saved anywhere else. It's more important to maintain that relationship with the customer and actually effectively communicate with the customer than it is to palm off that work to someone else, so we end up keeping the work to ourselves. So the difference between a quick and easy delegation of a task or a customer service ticket or a customer inquiry and the pain of just deciding to do it all ourselves is in documenting the customer's story. Now, how do we document the customer's story? Well, we've got some pretty cool automated technology tools that help take out a lot of the hard work of the actual day-to-day documentation. And remember that you just can't delegate internally in a business without recording that story somewhere. And that's where having tools to help you tell the story of a customer make your delegation much easier. Now, if you can't even delegate, how can your team take a sick day or hand something off between each other or hand over between swapping roles? And when you've got someone who leaves the business, might you end up in a place where you've got a big hole that's left? We know these stories from many of the business owners that we've worked with, and thankfully there is a solution.